got it all to do, and he's stuck here. He's trying to play for time. KRIMZ, the eyes of the world are watching, and this is where KRIMZ might just do his best work. Shuts down everyone, just electronics, just defined.
Against Stewie in a one-on-one, 11 seconds. He can't get to the ball. It's not possible! It's not possible! That is impossible!
Towards the fan position, KRIMZ could feel this one coming. He's in a great spot, but the flashbang catches him. Do they check the spot? Apparently
Getting a bit curious. Rotation around, great shot from KRIMZ. Peeks back, gets a second as well. The third for KRIMZ, and Brolin's chimed in with another. What looked like such a promising round from Hellraisers has fallen flat off the man who owns this connector. It is KRIMZ.
And we're back. This time we're looking at KRIMZ on Mirage, and just like that last highlight clip said, he's the man that owns connector. He's still playing connector all these years later. He's been in the scene a long time. He's only 26 years old. He started when he was around 19 and came up at an early age. Keep an eye on the pistol round here from Complexity, actually. You can see Fnatic runs almost the exact same strat where they take heavy control of jungle like that, just to get their Glocks in a good position, because you don't want to be sitting on A ramp with a Glock, right? So it's kind of like B-side train. You push forward, get your Glocks in a good position. KRIMZ hits a nasty little tap right there, and they get back into the bomb side. But I just thought it was funny. They both run basically the exact same pistol round strat. KRIMZ goes AUG and no head armor second round, and you're going to see him play super aggressive here, but he's playing with his teammate, and I've always felt like Fnatic always had these great kind of push and pull setups or bait setups, crossfire type things with their teammates. He's going to hear JW shoot the scout mid, and he's going to turn to look. But you could see if nobody would have peeked mid, KRIMZ would have absolutely wrecked Blame F on the underpass there. So they spot him mid, and then he rotates off immediately. They've just always been so good at moving around the map, and you can see here, just another super fast setup on Cat. Golden's going to play anti-flash, and KRIMZ will take contact. And yes, moving around the map, like if you take a look at the minimap here, it does create openings. They technically have an opening in the window, but KRIMZ just showed that he was there, and now it's up to Complexity to find that opening, right? It's kind of counterintuitive for Complexity to think that there might be a blind spot in the defense when KRIMZ just showed that he was there, right? So I'm sure that Fnatic is aware that they have that opening there, and they can adjust their positioning based on that, but it's a cool way to kind of stack the cards in your favor in certain parts of the map while giving up other parts of the map, right? And I've always just felt like that was Fnatic's strongest point. I remember watching them do this type of stuff on Overpass 2 for a long time. In bathrooms, there's just so many little angles you could play off your teammates or take contact here and then get a free peek over there type thing. And it's the same type of thing on Mirage. They work very well as a unit. Obviously, this isn't the type of playstyle you can do with some random people. You can tell they have it drilled into their system and they work well in unison as a team. If you were trying to pull this on like in matchmaking or whatever with some random people, it would never work out, because you just can't work like the well-oiled machine of a pro level team, obviously, right? Like these guys have very good aim, but they also have very good teamwork, and they're always playing together. So they just kind of naturally build up an inherent amount of teamwork with each other that I feel like isn't appreciated on the same level as their aim. I know that Fnatic isn't nearly as good as they used to be. This is not 2015 anymore, but there's still a lot of good things to take away from it, and I feel like they still have the same play style. Maybe KRIMZ and JW kind of kept it as a standover from the old days, right? I feel like they play very similar to how they used to. This is another example. KRIMZ gets that kill, falls off immediately, and he's going to push apartments, you know, and it's kind of weird to push on an anti-eco, but, you know, they have a pretty good feeling around the map. He still walks the whole way, so it's not, you know, he's not totally selling out. Well, he starts running in T-spawn, but they already know where all the terrorists are, right? So he comes in for the flank, and I just liked how at the start he was in the boost, in a good position to get at least one. He gets the kill, falls off right away, doesn't even try and get two from there, right? And he goes a completely different direction. You'd think he'd stay and maybe hold Cat or something, but he just goes completely in a different direction. So here's Connector KRIMZ, and he holds this position a few times in this map, actually. You'd think it'd be a one and done type spot, but it works out for him anyways. Like, he should not be able to get 2 kills there, I'm sorry. I know they tried to trade off of him and it just didn't work out, but there's got to be a flash or something going through there. Like, he shouldn't just be able to sit in that corner and just freely shoot, right? KRIMZ finishes it with a very nice flash for his teammate. Golden gets the kill, but KRIMZ gets the flash assist. They double up in window here. They smoke window so JW can get out. JW gets caught, but they did not expect the second person in window. And this is another thing. This is just Fnatic being well positioned on the map with their little bait setups type of thing where, you know, who would expect two people to be in window like that, right? Nobody. And it gets KRIMZ the easy kill. And he switches to the op for the retake. Hits the first nice shot and then knows exactly where JKS is and hits that too. Not too shabby. Figured I'd show it again in slow motion. That first shot was actually pretty nice. He saw the front guy first, but then ended up shooting at the guy in the back. And then the peek on JKS. Nice and quick. JKS was so close to getting that kill. But he's been absolute dog shit his whole time on Complexity. He's been a terrible pickup for them, which I don't think anyone expected. He's always been so good, but not since his move to Complexity, that's for sure. This game is from the CS Summit that happened last week. And I used to always love that tournament. They'd have the guys casting on the couch and it'd be all chill. They'd have the player interviews right there on the couch. And like it would be one scenario where the players are actually relaxed and able to talk. And it just really lost its magic because it's all online now. It's just not the same. Really nice molly here from KRIMZ to early extinguish the smoke that comes in. See, the smoke hits it, pops in the wrong spot. And he has himself a little gap here. He's kind of playing almost exactly at the spot where you get spammed, which does happen. I don't know if Complexity saw the gap. It's hard to say, but he works with the gap for a little bit, but can't find anything. But a really smart play to throw the molly there, get the smoke to extinguish early, and then you have the chance at a free kill, right? KRIMZ decides to push the smoke because he could see that his teammate's getting split on A, right? So the T's are coming through connector. He decides to push the smoke so he can only get shot from one side. And he times it perfectly with Rush. You can see Rush was pretty aware of it. Like he turned around to take the fight, but he just lost the fight. KRIMZ is going to re-aggress onto connector here. And Blame F is probably thinking he's going to get this sick lurk on these CTs that are rotating to B, but KRIMZ didn't hear him run away, so unless he was walking towards B, which would have been a hell of a walk, it would have taken him a long time. He kind of knew he was in connector and waits there to finish him. And you're going to see later, KRIMZ really likes playing up against those boards by connector, and he gets a lot of free kills because of it. They go nice and slow for their retake here, and they're patient with their nades. They're letting the flashes clear some space. But sometimes patience doesn't pay off, and in this case it doesn't. You know, it's a 3v1. If they had a little bit more time, they could have dealt with Yugi, but they did not have that time, and the bomb blows up. So sometimes the patience really makes you look like a genius, and sometimes it just makes you look like, yeah, it didn't go as planned. I just hate seeing two, like, it was a 3v1, you know, you could have won that round, but they just didn't have the time. So pistol round, second half, just like I said earlier, Fnatic's going to do the exact same strat that Complexity had. They push into jungle with their Glocks, and they plant for connector, and you could see how this is problematic for the CTs, right? The CTs are going to come in. It's a 4v3, and I don't know, like, JW getting the spam kill through the smoke obviously is not ideal, but I don't know if the CTs pushing here was the correct choice. Like, you had USPs, you could have let them run out of jungle. Maybe they were afraid they were going to get wrapped on here, but I feel like pushing into these Ts just was exactly what they wanted, right? They wanted to take those kind of fights. And then they have to spend all that time running back to the bomb just to start defusing. It just takes so much time off the clock when you're running after Ts and they're in middle, and then you got to run all the way back. Anyways. Okay, anti-eco round here. Kind of a half buy from Complexity, actually. And he knows someone is under the balcony because he saw the smoke go off. And JKS comes running out with his knife. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking there. Anyways, they knew another guy was on site, so KRIMZ stays sandwich until they kill the guy on site. Remember how I mentioned he liked playing up against the boards at connector? He's going to throw a flash. I think he did this to kind of mask his footstep a little bit from the jump. And anyways, Config had no idea that he was there. And he gets another free kill just by being up against that little wall by connector. I like including these low lights here. KRIMZ gets thrown off by the little railing on the floor, and it totally deflects his flash, not where it was meant to go. And then he follows it up with another one that he just throws over the wall that may or may not have even done anything. Anyways, on to this B-side take. Alright, so KRIMZ and company. KRIMZ at 25 kills here, coming towards the end of the game. And I wanted to say, like, look how far back Complexity go here. They're in CT, like one guy in CT spawn. Nobody up close to the site to spam through the smoke or anything. Like, maybe they were scared of eating nades. I don't know, but I feel like I know Jugi's in CT spawn and he's watching that area. Doesn't want to die or whatever, but, you know, throw some shots through the smoke or something. Maybe kill some guys as they come into sight. Then he has to retake all that position because he's not sure if it's been pushed up on, right? Anyways, I just thought it was really weird that Complexity decided the way to defend against that A take was to just totally fall off a site. Maybe it was just Jugi deciding that he didn't want to stay there anymore. But I felt like, you know, you got to do something. You got to spam through the smoke or at least hold on to that little bit of the map. KRIMZ has a chance to 2v1 clutch here for the win, and it does not quite go his way. But on to the next round, and it goes a little bit better for Fnatic here. They're forced up. It's a Force Armor and Tech 9. Bit of a boring round from KRIMZ, but his teammates take it home. This 3v5, they come into sight, grab some guns, and they're able to kill off all the CTs, win the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this demo review. If there's anybody that you want me to look at next or a particular tournament, just leave a comment down below, and I'll probably check them out. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, you can check out my Patreon page. You can see videos up to 1 week early on there. And yeah, have a good one, guys. See you later.